So thank you all for coming today to the Virtually Awful Concours de Le Mans. Normally we ruin in-person car shows, but now we have to ruin the internet. And here to help us do that is our chief judge, Tim Suddard from Classic Motorsports Magazine. How are you doing today, Tim?
Doing real well. These events are always a lot of fun.
Yeah, this one not so much, but we're going to try to make it that way. And also with us is Myron Vernis. Myron, what is your title other than automotive collector bon vivant? I mean, you are at all the events with some really unique cars.
Yeah, it's I got to share them with somebody because nobody around here appreciates them. So
I got to tell a story. When I first started the Concours de Le Mans, I got this phone call out of the blue. Somebody called me up and said, "Hi, my name's Myron Vernis, and I could put on a show for you with my collection." And I'm like, yeah, I get that quite a lot. And then I saw his collection, and he was right, man. If you want weird cars, Myron is your guy. And also with us is pretty sure he invented NASCAR, Mike Joy. At least he's the voice of NASCAR. If the dulcet tones are unmistakable, when you hear that, you know you're listening to NASCAR. Mike, thank you for joining us.
Well, thanks, Alan. I'm sorry I didn't get the message on the dress code for the day, but I learned to drive on a Rambler Marlin with 3 on the tree, and that is as American other as you can get.
And we are indeed judging the American other class, things, from not the big 3 manufacturers. And there's quite the plethora to choose from. And when we do choose that, the winner of the class will receive a $300 eBay gift card and a prize pack of car care products from Griot's Garage, 2 of our sponsors. The other 2 that make this whole debacle possible are Hagerty Insurance and the fine folks at Hagerty and Classic Motorsports Magazine. So without further ado, let's look at the American otherness that people have entered. And right off the top, we have an AMC Eagle in just a fine real tree livery, I think we're looking at here.
You had to start there, didn't you?
well, you know, if AMC was still around when this whole camo live tree stuff was happening, I'm sure this would have been a factory color.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, with
instead of the Levi's package.
Yeah. That would be the Carhartt edition.
Yeah. Well,
the great thing about a camo paint job, oh, lovely interior. That's disgusting. But the great thing about a camo paint job is no one can say you got it wrong. Of course, no one can say you got it right either.
No, you definitely are not right when you're driving this car. This is just bad on many levels, although they're actually really good cars. Other than their general hooptiness, this Studebaker Avanti, which this is the before picture, and this is the after picture. They resurrected this and turned it into a race car, which is a fine fate for a Studebaker Avanti. And talk about an other car, man. The Avanti came out, was like one of the first pony cars, really, and was, immediately eclipsed by the Mustang and the Camaro and all that. But just an amazing design, and didn't hold up that well if you look at this picture, though.
Yeah, right. Well, there's an Avanti sitting about 30 feet from where we are right now. It's my wife's car, and they really are pretty amazing cars. And this guy's got to get points for resurrecting this deal.
Yeah, definitely. A Jeep pickup truck, and that's probably pretty other as you can get, and in its natural habitat with a grain silo nearby.
Don't these kind of rust on site?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, they do. Another Jeep entry that was pulled from a field by this family, and came out of the field in this state, and they have worked tirelessly to bring it to this state, which actually isn't too bad.
No,
those have gotten valuable.
Yeah, right. But right about the time they finish the restoration on it, the carb's going to catch on fire and it'll burn it to the ground. So
perfect. They'll have a great claim for Hagerty. Moving on, one of the longest production cars in America is the Checker Cab.
The Checker Marathon stands alone. They so dominated the market in most big cities. There were no other taxi cabs, either by law or just by what the market would bear. How would you like to have too ugly to live. How would you like to have your little Austin Healey Sprite or MG Midget or your Morgan get hit by one of those bumpers?
Oh,
Bad
boy.
day.
No, that is a bumper suited for a battleship, and I guess these did do battle in the trenches in big cities. Neoclassic Gremlin. If you squint, there is an AMC Gremlin in there somewhere.
Gosh, there is.
And,
you know, I've seen a lot of these done from Austin Healey Sprites and MG Midget bodies placed on a frame, because then that way you get the windshield, the cowl, all the doors, everything, all the hard things to line up are all lined up, which is why there are no finished fiber fab Jamaicans or Aztecs or things like that. But using an existing body made it real easy to do one of these fright pigs.
But, you know, and this thing, the Grem Aliber, you know, has ownership history, celebrity ownership history. It came out of the epicenter of the crap can world, Ted Vernon's dealership in Miami.
This is a resplendent wagon that shows up at our Detroit Concours des Le Mans, owned by a very enthusiastic young owner, and just gorgeous car, very well kept and driven with a great amount of love. So next on the AMC otherness is, boy, it is a Willys, and I think it's mostly not there.
We have a class for pieces.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 easy pieces. There you go.
Yeah, this was, there wasn't a whole lot of explanation given. There weren't a whole lot of pictures taken, and it looks like not a whole lot of effort put into it.
Well, the guy was busy restoring the damn thing.
Yeah, that's probably the best we can hope for. What are your thoughts, gentlemen? Other than I'd rather not be doing this.
Yeah. Is there a C choice?
Well, so we've got a vote for the Avanti and a vote for the Checker. I think both are fine choices, very defensible in the Concours space, but we've got to come up with one. So what tips the scale one way or the other? Is it the law of gross tonnage that gives the Checker the nod, or is it turning what should have been crushed Avanti into a race car and giving it a second life?
Yeah, or a car that should have never been a race car in the first place.
There's that. Yeah.
What do you guys think?
It does take a lot more effort and sheer will to turn something into a competition car than to turn something into an Uber or Lyft type vehicle. So I think there's probably a lot more time and effort in that Avanti than there is in the Checker, but I think they're both worthy.
Oh, certainly. Well, I'm not going to cast a vote, but let's do a quick lightning round and get this settled. Myron, what's your choice?
Avanti.
Tim, what's your choice?
I think I'd go Avanti, but yeah.
Mike?
Majority rule. I like the Avanti first and the Checker second.
Well, there it is. The Avanti takes our AMC other class, and for that very, very distinguished honor, they win a $300 eBay gift card that will keep them in race car parts for quite some time, and also about 3 minutes if it's a real race car, and some products from fine car care products from Griot's Garage. We'd like to thank all of you for participating. Thank our sponsors, Haggerty Insurance, Classic Motorsports Magazine, eBay Motors, and Griot's Garage for making this entire debacle possible. And thank you, Myron and Mike Joy, for taking part in what has to be the highlight of both of your motoring careers at this point.
Well, thank you, Alan and Tim, for making this necessary.
Right. Yeah, it was most fun I've had in about 3.5 months. Thanks so much.
That's the most fun I've had in about 2 minutes. So thanks a bunch, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll move on to the next class. We'll see you soon.